What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you are on the podcast platforms, please do go ahead and subscribe. And if you are on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, just go ahead and hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this conversation. We know OnlyFans, the site that a lot of people use for what we will call, some people call adult content, but let's just be honest, it's explicit content so that people can do whatever they choose to do in the privacy of their own places without having to exchange physical activities for money. So it's considered to be pretty safe. But to be honest, if you're going to be on OnlyFans, then you're going to have to make a decision, because if you're choosing to do this and you think that you won't get found out, more likely than not you will, because I see so many stories of people that have an OnlyFans account. They were doing it under a pseudonym, and whatever their regular either occupation is or whatever they're doing in the community, whether it's like their children are involved in things and the other mothers or whatever, people are going to find out and people are going to judge you. That's just the world that we live in. People are going to judge you, even though it's not illegal. It's not like if you're on OnlyFans and you're selling, your content, it's like you're out selling drugs, and that is a crime. Being on OnlyFans is not a crime. But I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get into this topic. I saw this episode of Family Guy, and for you guys, just to kind of let you know, I have a quirky sense of humor and I really love the show Family Guy. I actually got into it many, many years ago. One day, my son, who is much older now, but at the time, I think he was in middle school, and I walked into the room and he was watching Family Guy, and whatever was on at the time in regards to the episode, it was something that it was like, I don't think a child should be watching this. So I was like, what are you watching? And then I thought it was funny, but honestly, Family Guy is not for children. It's for adults. It's a cartoon, but it really isn't for children. It's for adults. So I'll just leave it at that. So I got into it because I actually caught my son watching it. Anyway, I saw this episode of Family Guy, and there was a man and a woman in a hotel room. So the woman was supposed to be a prostitute, and the police bust in and they're like, freeze, you're under arrest. And then the man says, it's not what you think. I actually have a video camera here, and I'm going to be filming this, and this is going to be sold on platforms as pornography. And then the police officer says, oh, yeah, that's totally fine. That's legal. But if you were just paying to have sex with this woman, then that's not okay. And isn't that like the truth? And I'm not an advocate for either. I'm not a fan of pornography. I don't watch it. I have no interest in it. And I'm definitely not a fan of prostitution. But people do what they do because they feel that that's what they have to do to make a living and survive. I don't think people do that stuff because they think it's fun. So I say all of that to say it's very hypocritical, because pornography is legal, but prostitution isn't. Unless you're in, I think, Nevada, I believe, is a state where it's legal. But anyway, I digress. I'm just talking about the hypocrisy, okay? But this story about this former teacher, and we'll say former teacher because she lost her job because of what she did. She filmed OnlyFans content in her classroom, and so it was found out. And the story is, a former Arizona teacher said she began filming explicit content and posting it to the paid subscription service OnlyFans because her family was struggling financially and she needed to make additional money just to get by. Samantha Peer resigned from the Lake Havasu Unified School District on October 31st after videos from her OnlyFans account were discovered, quote unquote, within her community, according to the Today News Herald and Insider. Pear was working as an 8th grade science teacher at Thunderbolt Middle School in Lake Havasu when she made and shared the videos, including one filmed in her classroom. Her husband, Dylan Pear, who worked as a 4th grade teacher at Nautilus Elementary in the same district, also appeared on the OnlyFans page. The News Herald reported he was fired on November 4th. In a video message posted last Friday, Pear, who goes by the name khloekarter with the K's online, said she felt trapped in my financial situation and believed making videos for OnlyFans was the only way my family would be able to survive. Pear said she began making OnlyFans content over the summer in order to afford basic necessities after taking on numerous other opportunities outside of school contract time to make ends meet. She also claimed her family was unable to survive on their 2 teacher incomes. She says, "I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary did not pay enough," she said in the video. According to her, she was placed on administrative leave on October 24th after a community member, there we go, like I said, expressed concerns about her content to both police and school officials. She said she later opted to leave and was not fired after school officials promised not to publicize what was going on. Her husband, who worked as a long-term substitute teacher, was let go after colleagues found her photos. Thunderbolt Middle School and Lake Havasu Unified School District did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. It is unclear exactly how students came upon Pear's page. To protect herself, Pear said she had created her pseudonym and prevented users in the state of Arizona from accessing her OnlyFans account. Didn't know that was a thing, but I don't know anything about OnlyFans, so I'm learning as I read this article. Students were not aware of my social medias, nor did they follow me until after I had resigned from the school district, Pear said in the video. Still, many parents of students in the district are upset over the situation. One mom told CBS affiliate KPHO she is absolutely outraged. Okay. She says, "Our kids shouldn't have been exposed to this." Christina Miner, a mom of a student at Thunderbolt, said a friend's daughter, quote, "is mortified over the situation," end quote, after seeing her desk in one of the videos. Okay, whatever. Miner told the outlet that she found Pear's explicit content herself. What? What are you doing looking for it? Anyway, I'm just going to continue. Pear said she wholly regrets making the classroom video, which she said was done during after-school hours and was not in the presence of minors. LHUSD confirmed the claim in a November 7th email to families, according to the News Herald. Pear said she is now being harassed by parents and students, I believe it, both in person and online, and says she doesn't deserve this treatment. She says, "I don't believe my name should be smeared throughout the community when I made one mistake that didn't affect anybody until other adults began allowing children to access my content." In another video posted Monday, Pear responded to her critics who suggested she previously showed a lack of remorse. She says, "I know this was a very big mistake. I never defended myself saying this is an okay thing to do. Looking back at it, I would never do that again." So the thing about it is, why I wanted to speak on this is because, one, teachers really aren't paid enough. We know this. We know that a lot of the most important positions and those who are in positions to really lift the communities, to really empower others, to educate others, to strengthen the youth, all of those different things, they really aren't paid enough. They aren't paid much of anything. And it really is a huge slap in the face when you see celebrities are glorified. When you hear about Kanye West is a billionaire. Oh, well, he's no longer a billionaire, right? But hey, he's definitely doing a whole lot better than a lot of us. Definitely doing a lot better than all of the teachers. Let's just say that. This person is a billionaire. Rihanna is a billionaire. Elon Musk is a billionaire upon billionaire upon billionaire. Jeff Bezos. Like, we lift up when this athlete will sign a contract for whatever amount of money they're going to make for either a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And this sneaker deal that they got, and this endorsement, and this and that and the other. I guess they're earning their money, so I'm not knocking what they're getting. I'm not saying that we need to be a socialist society, but we really don't pay people enough. And then this woman did something out of desperation, because let's be clear, I am assuming that on a platform such as OnlyFans, where there's so many other people doing those things, whatever they do on there, in order to draw in the subscribers to get people to pay for your content, you're going to have to do something that's going to draw in people's interest. And I'm assuming there's a lot of freaks out there that have money to spare to subscribe to these people's content. But it's not a crime. Yes, she definitely made an error in judgment when she decided to do that in a classroom. But people who are freaky and weird and all of those different things, they want to see things like that. It's, I guess, going to draw in the attention of others to see whatever they name the video. I don't know if they give their videos, like every individual video, a name or a title. I don't know how that works, but maybe she named it something like teacher does it in the classroom or something. I don't know, but I'm just saying, people who are weird and freaky and whatever, they're going to get drawn in by stuff like that and say, let me check this out. And that's what she did. But I definitely, like they said, they investigated it, and I definitely didn't think she did that in front of children. And she said she did it, and they confirmed that that was not done when children were there. It was after school hours. But the fact that these community members, quote unquote, are finding this stuff. Why are you finding this stuff? What are you doing? And then to harass her in person and online, it's just not cool. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that these people, they probably were living above their means and had a lot of things going on that was up over their heads, and that's why they weren't able to operate the way that she said they needed to operate. I don't believe that they didn't have enough to be able to pay for their basic living. I really don't believe that. But when you have social media and news outlets out here not I want to say glorifying, but they're exposing the fact that somebody like Black China, or whatever that girl's name, whatever she calls herself, that went viral on the Dr. Phil show many years ago, and now she's doing adult content on OnlyFans, are making millions on the platform. It's going to draw in the intrigue of others to say, maybe I'm not going to make $1 million, but shoot, if I can make $50,000 extra so that I can pay off some debt and pay some bills, then maybe I will do that. That's what some people are going to try to do. But because of the life that they live and lead, they don't want other people to know what they're doing, so they have to do it in a secretive way. So she created a pseudonym, and she said it was supposed to block people from the state of, she tried to block the whole state of Arizona from viewing her content, and obviously that did not work. So I'm just saying, I feel bad that she and her husband lost their job. She resigned. He was fired because of what they did. But the fact that these people are demonizing them for what they did, and the fact that nobody's really bringing up, well, how did you find it? What were you doing? And that's the gist of this story, because when I've seen other stories like this, it's basically been the same thing. Someone in the community found out about it. Someone at the children's school or whatever. Like, it's always been a situation like that, but nobody ever questions those people. Well, how did you really find this? But I would really love to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Do you feel that these people should have to lose what they had because of a decision that they made to do something that, even if I don't agree with it and you don't agree with it, and it's not something that you would choose to do, it's legal. Should they lose their place in positions in their careers or in society or their communities because other people are outraged by the decision that they made to do what they did? So I'm going to read one comment and then I'm going to let you leave yours. One person says, why would children have access to OnlyFans without a parent paying for it? Yes, the former teacher made a huge mistake filming in the classroom with or without students present on the grounds. Does it mean she is a bad person for it? Probably not. Does it mean that she and her husband may need to rethink a few life choices? Definitely. But again, if those students had access to anything having to do with social media, that is squarely the fault of their parents. So I don't know, guys. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.